I'm the Magpie! And today we are gonna continue with a super tight release schedule because I have so much to show you that I have done over the last couple of time. So today we have Nasty and the Electric Egg, and I'm gonna show these two together because they very much go together. So Nasty and the Electric Egg are two crash sync circuit pedals. Kinda. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you Google it and you check out a schematic for it because it's really fun to play around with. But it's traditionally done with a 555 chip. And I don't do that. I do it with a 4106. So they're very much something that I developed together with this one. So Nasty, primarily, is essentially one of these channels, but limited to just 2 oscillators instead of 6, but controlled with the same sample and hold setup as this one. But what it does, it also takes your input signal and it locks it onto it. So it's very disgusting, which is really cool. But yeah, both of them are kind of half guitar pedal, half synthesizer. And what sets them apart is in Nasty, we, just like in Cozy, that is a delay pedal, have the sample and hold shenanigans going on. But in the Egg, just like in Foam, we have a pressure sensor that you can press here that does the same type of synthesizing. So fun stuff. And both of them have like a gate circuit. So right now, if we turn on the Egg, you don't hear anything, or I mean, you hear whatever you play into it. But if we sort of release the floodgates of the synth, you now have a pressure synthesizer, and the controls are very straightforward. We just have 2 oscillators up here, 1 on each side of the gate, and then we have a dry mix and a wet, and then this one sets sort of the sensitivity for the pressure. So we can press it too far. Aside from that, I also actually included the sample and hold circuit in the Egg, but instead of it being clocked and stuff like that, we are sampling what we are touching, and then you can kind of lock it with the second foot switch. It locks it somewhere on wherever you're playing. Like, I included it primarily so there's a way where you don't underpowered the 4106 unless you really want to, because it sounds really crazy, and that goes for both of them when you're using it as a crash sync, but you don't feed it with any power. So when this LED is turned off, and same goes for like the sample and hold LED here, when that's turned off, there's no voltage going to the 4106, but we still have signal. And it sounds really crazy. You can even start like messing with the oscillators even low. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, moving on quickly. In Nasty, when we don't have this one, I've now set it in auto mode because just like with Primitive and with Cozy, we have 3 modes of operation. So we can be in manual mode, where we can just tap this one to sample. But if we hold it in, we set it to auto mode. And I don't know, I've never really seen that in any other of these synth-esque pedals where you actually have it moving in steps instead of just an LFO. Because an LFO I've seen quite a lot, but yeah, it's really cool. Both of these also, of course, have triple bypass, but yeah, let's play it like a synth first. So for Nasty, we have big oscillator, second oscillator, and then here is the gate. And then dry and FX. Here we have the LFO speed, and here we have the clock speed. Of course we can put it in LFO. Kind of cool. But yeah, if we then decide to have it here in manual mode, then we can of course sync it to external gear as well, which can be cool, I think. Yeah, as you can hear right away, it's a crazy kind of noisy circuit, so we can actually hear the clock now because it's stepping on the 4106, which is outputting signal. So I tried my darndest, but that's just a part of the charm with things like this. There's a lot of fun to be had, and yeah, I personally just really enjoy smashing oscillators together like that and being, you know, it's so much overtone shenanigans going on, so I don't know, it's just fun. Well, yeah, so what I want to do now is, since it was requested in another video in the comments, thank you very much, I am gonna do a little bit of voice through them also, because I mean, these 2 pedals being the first one was where I do that is kind of fun. I haven't tested it, so I shouldn't speak too soon. It might be awful, but it might be awful in a good way.